Yo, what's up, everybody? I hope everybody's having a good day. It's Friday, y'all, and y'all know what that means, right? It's been a while, but we here. We're in the building on today. Yours truly, Sheldon McIver, and my lovely wife, co-host, friend, baby boo, baby mama, wifey. You know, she looked. Y'all heard when I said baby mama, y'all saw. She looked at me. Who you is, baby girl?
Shelly McIver.
Yeah. So we here tonight. We just want to hop on and say hello to everybody. So yeah, what's up? How y'all been? It's
Hey,
been a while.
guys.
We've missed a few Fridays. I was traveling last Friday for the funeral, and the Friday before that,
We took a break.
we took a break. Yeah, so it's been a while. And so how's everybody doing? Go ahead and show some love in the comment section if you let us know where you're watching from or who you is. And we want to talk tonight. You guys to chill. Yeah. I wish I had my EPMD in the background, but I don't own the rights to the music, and this, so it's kind of difficult. But you guys to chill. Y'all remember EPMD? What that date back to? What, the 90s, early 90s? Yeah, early 90s. That's when I was into my hip hop days, and EPMD. You guys to chill. But there's so much stuff going on, and I'm a firm believer that sometimes, if you're not careful, you can just do too much. And I don't know, y'all see you looking at me. I see you looking at me, and we had a show before the show, and not really, but not really, kind of, sort of,
Somewhat.
somewhat, a little bit, but let's see who we got logging on tonight. God bless y'all. How you doing? The good stuff. Now, I do apologize. Let me put this up here because I can't see. I don't have my iPad tonight, so I left it at work. But if you guys, you see that's on the screen there. Live viewer comments show up on this. Yeah. No, that's not what I want. That's definitely not what I want. But anyway, you got yours up?
I do.
Okay, so looks like we got Angela on, we got Shaquan on. So we're just gonna hop right on into it, okay? I think sometimes we can do too much, right? And so I think that it can, if we're not careful, we can damage even our relationships. One of the things I was saying, right? So check this out, right? Case in point, tonight I said, hey babe, I'm gonna go for a ride. Me and the fellas, we're gonna go, hit a few curves and just put on a few miles, and we're gonna go just do our thing on the bikes. So, all right, babe, go ahead, that's cool. I see you when you get back. Be safe, something like that, right? And I go and I do my thing with the fellas. We get back to the crib. I get back to the crib anyway, and everything is all good. And so now the next weekend, guess what? Hey babe, I'll be back. Me and the fellas, we're gonna go go chill and everything, hit a few corners, and just put a few miles on the bike. And she says, okay, all right, I'll see you when you get back. Be safe. And then the third week, are you gonna say it the same way?
No, that tone gonna definitely change.
That tone gonna definitely change, And so what's my point? My point is sometimes we've got to chill. I think sometimes the quality of our relationship is dependent on whether or not we know when to just chill. I think that we've got to be considerate of our spouse. We've got to be considerate of our significant other, because sometimes they don't mind us doing things. But again, we got to consider them. Yeah, we both jumped on that one. We got to consider them because sometimes you just doing too much. And how about this weekend you just chill with me? How about this weekend, you just leave that bike where it is, and we don't really have that. We ain't really had them kind of fallouts or anything. But again, I think we've been together long enough, and I think when you've been together long enough, you already know the temperature. You know what I'm saying? So what are some other things in a relationship that we have to learn to chill at?
How long you stay on your phone?
Oh, don't even go there. Because I think you be on your phone more than me.
That's the part right there. You asked me a question. I'm just throwing it out there.
Oh, you just talking about in general?
I'm just I'm just
okay,
throwing it out
okay.
there.
I'm just
How
making
long
sure
you
because
stay on your
I
phone?
mean to tell you because I mean you
See
be
there, look at. I must have stepped on somebody's toe.
you.
Hold on, y'all. Y'all saw how that this flew up.
She just
flew
was
up.
screaming in the mic.
Yeah.
Look at here now. You be on your phone more than me. You don't think so?
If I'm on my phone more than you, it's because I'm doing something
Oh,
relevant
Lord
that needs to be
Jesus.
done.
She
It's
doing something
nothing
relevant
more
that
than-
need to be
it's
done.
nothing more
Okay.
than a thing. Which I get it. You on your phone because you got your retro philosophy. You got your morning this, that, and the third, and you got stuff you got to do. So I get that. But at some point, we got to know how to chill. This is the topic.
I can't believe this. No. But real talk though. Sometimes the phone got to be put down. Of course, that's not my issue. I'm not on my phone 24/7 like that. But sometimes you got to chill. Even though I'm using my phone to record it, so I can't use my phone. My other one's in the thing. So even though I'm on my phone, I'm taking care of stuff that needs to be taken care of, right? But you kind of see the look, or it don't even got to be about the look. You should know when something is starting to bubble. And I think that's when you got to realize, what, let me just chill. Let me go ahead and just, send this last email and then I'm gonna just go ahead and, give her some attention, give her some time, show her some time. Let me say this. If you don't give your woman time and attention, I don't care. I don't care what nobody says. Somebody else will. Or something. Okay, someone will, or some. Now I can't see y'all names on these comments, so please forgive me. There's a way you have to actually give StreamYard permission or whatever. But anyway, but some can't let go. I'm trying to find out what you mean by that. What you
the phone. That's Shaquan.
Can't let go, but can't let go. Okay, all right. Facts. I don't know who you are, but somebody said facts. Okay. Then we got somebody else said facts. Okay. Then we got somebody that laughed. So I don't care. Just keep on commenting. I can't see, but I'm so that's it. I think sometimes we got to know when it's time to chill. What I found out is simply this. Sometimes you've got to set the example. You can't say, well, she always on her phone, so I'm just gonna. I think sometimes you got to be the example. In other words, let me say it like this. I can't be like, hey, babe, you need to put the phone down, because if you show any sign that you need attention or you want my attention, where my phone going?
Face down on your nightstand or bed or wherever you at.
Yeah, I'm putting the phone down.
Yes.
Yeah, I'm putting the phone down. Yeah, quick, fast, and in a hurry. Now, because I put the phone down quick, fast, and in a hurry. If I happen to be like, hey, look at here, I expect that phone to be put down how? Quick, fast, and in a hurry. But the reason why I can expect that is because I also set the example. I've led by example. What you think?
Yeah. Absolutely.
I really do believe, though, sometimes you just doing too much, and sometimes you got to just understand, man, let me just chill. Do you guys ever just look at your situation and be like, you know what, I'm doing too much. Let me throw this out there. Okay, let me throw this out there real quick, because sometimes let me ask the question. Why is it that somebody would do too much? How is it, and why is that sometimes we overdo it?
It all depends. I think it all depends on a situation, a person. Somebody probably, say for instance, you at a party and you go with your husband or what have you, and it's a bunch of people there, and maybe you really don't know, you're awkwardly social, you don't know how to socialize. So instead of just chilling out because you don't know how to socialize or you feel uncomfortable in a bunch of crowds, then you OD and start doing all this extra laughing or too much talking or joking or what have you. So I think sometimes people OD because of nervousness and social anxiety or what have you. So people, I think that can play a factor. And then I think some people just want to be seen, and then they do too much.
Okay, so I do believe we can work with that, but I think that we might be talking about two different
Doing too much.
yeah, but that's cool.
Okay.
We
All
we
right.
can work with both from both angles. So that's perfectly fine. Okay, so nerves. They
All right.
kind of nervous and
She
they
wants it trying to fit in.
okay, I think that's a good one. I think that's a good one, trying to fit in. Uh-huh. And so sometimes they do too much because they're trying to ensure that they're seen, that they're accepted, that they cool or whatever, and they just do too doggone much. Okay, I can work with that. Any other things in your opinion?
I mean, you said we talking two different things. So
No, but we're gonna work that angle for now. We're gonna work that angle for now. I think that okay, so you talk about doing too much from that perspective. I also think that sometimes we do too much because we're right.
What that mean?
Okay, let's say we are in a spat or dispute or whatever you want to call it, right? And you did something that was wrong, or you did something that shouldn't have been done, blah blah blah. And I know that I'm right, and you know that I'm right, right? And so what we will do a lot of times is we will OD, we will go overboard because we know we right. At some point you got to realize, you were right, she was wrong, or however it goes. But let's move on now. Let's don't keep throwing it in their face.
Oh, okay.
You're doing too much.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah. You doing too much. I know you was right, but do you gotta rub it in my face every waking minute of the day? I mean, 3-4 days later, and nah, bro, that's just doing too much, man. You doing it. You ODing. You got to just. It's time to chill. You got to chill. Sometimes we go overboard. You know what I mean? And I probably shouldn't go here because everybody else is going here. But I'm gonna go there. And I don't know who that is, but some can't let go. It's so true. And as a result, they doing too much. I say it like this: don't let your past rob you of your present and prevent you from having the future God has in store for you. You see what I'm saying? Sometimes we just have to learn to let go of some things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's why you said that's Aggie.
That's Aggie. See, her joint comes up. That's cool. That's cool. So it's just you just doing too much, man. You just doing too much. I think confidence will sometimes cause us to do too much. You know what I mean? Especially as it relates to, well, I was gonna say motorcycles, but it could be anything that you
right.
That you do. You're confident in your skill set. You're confident in your ability, experience or whatever, and you get out there and you just doing too much.
Sometimes you're doing too much. You embarrass yourself.
You will embarrass yourself.
You got it because you're so confident and this and that and the third, and then next thing you know, you do too much and then you're looking like a fool.
Looking like dumb schmo. Stuck like Chuck, and so I think that we all have to understand that sometimes there comes a point when we just got to chill. Okay. Let's talk about Kirk Franklin real quick. We're just gonna hit it and we're gonna quit it. Because I think that he's a cool dude. But I think he did too much. Matter of fact, I think Kirk had a history of doing too much, but it goes back to what I think it might have been Shaquan that said it, trying to fit in. And I think that Kirk struggled with some things in life, some stuff that he has already made public. But he struggled to fit in, it appears, and he just did too much. I think he had a track record of doing too much. Even as it related to, I mean, Kirk Franklin was, melodies from heaven rain down on me.
And I can beg to differ.
Oh, okay. So talk to us.
What I say is, I said we don't know what too much is too much, because we wasn't in this man's shoes to know what he has to deal with. So we can say this too much from an aspect of somebody looking in. You know what I'm saying? From the outside looking in, and then we'd be like, okay, he did too much.
He was doing too much.
But like I said, we all entitled for our own opinion. To me, I don't feel like he was doing too much because I don't know the backdrop of what, you know what I'm saying? the
But
whole
see,
situation
that's
and
just it,
issue
though.
was is. A lot of times we as people or we overall can say somebody doing too much. It could be something simple, or I can say, okay, you're doing too much, but you don't feel like you're doing too much, or what have you. What is too much when it comes on to certain things? We don't know, and then we're not in that position. How would we handle the situation if we were in his shoe? If we
See,
would
those
be,
are two.
would
Those are two
we be
different
doing
things.
too much?
Those are two different things, though. Now,
No, it's not two different things.
Yeah.
You got to put yourself in a person's position before you say somebody's doing too much or not enough. That's just my take on that. I can say.
So I don't think that someone who is representing gospel music should talk like that. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, I feel you, but who knows? Okay, you said.
Okay, so do you agree with that?
I agree with that.
So,
that he shouldn't be talking.
So do you
like
agree?
That.
Do you agree that that conversation was overboard?
No, because I don't know what his situation. I don't know how much stuff that was going on for him to.
But see, we got two different things now. Now, what pushed him to that is one thing, right? And we don't know exactly what happened. There are those who are speculating. There are those who are saying this, that, and the other, right? And so we can't say for sure what happened to determine what pushed him to that point. But I believe that he still overdid it. Is he justified in what he did? I don't know if I want to say justified.
Okay.
Certainly, it's understandable. I'm not judging him. I'm just saying that he did too much.
Okay.
I
think he did what he had to do. If that's too much, yes or no, that's neither here nor there for me to speculate or to say he did too much. You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know what I would do. Maybe I would break after so long and so much stuff going on where, whatever. But that's that I'm just not in his shoes. So I don't know what too much is.
I'm not saying that somebody pushed me to the limit. I mean, I've never been a cusser. You know what I'm saying? But that don't mean somebody couldn't push me to a point where but at that point, regardless of what pushed me there, it's still too much. I went overboard. You know what I'm saying? That's just my opinion. Let's see here. Latoya says that she has to, let's see. She says, which one is showing up here? Oh, Pastor, I have to agree with First Lady. Okay. And I can respect that. I allowed StreamYard to do whatever.
She's telling you how she got her name to show up.
Okay, good deal. Okay, so she says, I think he got caught up, but he didn't know he was going to be recorded. Exactly, he didn't know he was being recorded. You know what I'm saying? And
how many people do too much if in your terminology, where it's not getting they're not getting recorded, so they just do. Okay, they do and do, but because they're not caught.
But I mean, that's irrelevant. I mean, they did too much. It just said it wasn't caught.
Doing too much.
Well,
maybe they think they're not doing too much.
I think poor Kirk went overboard. He quickly apologized, and the reason why he quickly apologized is because he understands. He kind of, he slipped. You know what I'm saying? That's my opinion. But I think that
slipping and doing too much is the same thing or not? Because for me, he slipped.
Toya said, I've been known to foam at the mouth. Okay, I hear you, sis. What you was about to say, babe?
No, I mean, like, is slipping and doing too much is the same or not? Like, I don't know.
I think yes and no. Yes and no. You know what I mean? Yes and no. But it's definitely unfortunate, and I hope that they can work through it, because they obviously have some other issues. I know the son was saying, he feels like, because this is the son from this is Kirk's first baby mother. He's married to a different lady now, you know what I'm saying, and has kids by her. And he was saying how he feels as though the other kid stole his father from him, so on and so forth. So they've got some family issues. They've been going to counseling and everything like that.
David said he don't think it's the same. Yeah, and then that's the whole thing. Okay, this show is supposed to be what love got to do with it. And I like I said, I don't know the depth of how much this man had to endure for his child to, whatever. Mm-hmm. But you know, most of us Christian, whatever. It says provoke not your child, and then it also, we're not supposed to be provoked, even though it says provoke not your child to wrath. You know, we're not supposed to be provoked either. And I think that was just a constant thing, that was just because if he didn't want to get his father or said something that he knew his father was going to go off, he would have never recorded the thing in the first place. He knew this thing was going to push his button to the fullest. That's why he recorded him, so he could put his father on blast.
Well, okay. So
that's what my thing is. So he must have did something that was just the last straw that broke the camel's back, where pushed him to the last minute.
I feel for Kirk, you know what I mean? And, you know, he's definitely in my prayers. But again, he had to have had a track record, because, you know, if me and I'm not even go there. If Kirk is having this conversation with his son now, right? I don't know who called who, right?
And maybe he was struggling with cursing. He was struggling with other stuff. So, I mean, it's not a matter of maybe he do have a track record. Maybe he's struggling with cursing. Some people may not struggle. He already said he was struggling with other things that he divulged that he was struggling with. So maybe cursing was one of the other things, because that stuff lead to that stuff too. So maybe he was struggling with cursing, and then that was just the icing on the cake, and everything just got let loose.
I think we, you know, let me finish my thought first of all. Now, so the son is on the phone with his father, and he know where it's gonna go. That's why he had the recording device ready, whether it was his phone or some other device, because he knew it was gonna go left. And the only way for him to know it was gonna go left is if there was some kind of track record that would lead him to believe it's gonna go left. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And
right.
So sure enough, you know, Dad went a little too far, and he OD'd, and he was ready to record, and boom, there you go. And so I think that we've got to we just got to be conscious of because and I try to season my words with grace, because you never know when you got to eat your words.
You sure
don't. You know what I'm saying? So I'm not trying to act like I'm perfect, this, that, or the other. The son was childish for his actions. Okay, I can rock with that. I'm not going to disagree with that. Let's see here. Did you all see the son's mother? No, I didn't see that interview. You shed some light if you can.
No, I didn't.
Who's that?
It's David. Yeah, it's David.
Go ahead and drop some light on that if you can, because I didn't get a chance to see that interview. But I just think that sometimes we have to understand that going too far is just that it's too far, man. And there can be things that can push us. But at the same time, man, and I give it to Kirk. He turned around and made his little apology, and I mean, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. But yeah, so it makes me wonder, because if I flip out on my son, who else am I flipping out on? You know what I'm saying?
No, not necessarily.
No,
Pastor Sheldon. No, Shelly husband. No.
Oh, she threw in the pastor and the husband.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, because you both to me. So yeah, but no, I don't think so, because it can be that one thing. That one thing or that one person that just rub you the wrong way. That don't mean you flipping out on everybody else. He know how to get you go. It's just like we always talk about them San Piepa church or San Piepa this and that. This is, you got them people that go and they just rub you the wrong way, because they know that either something they're gonna do or say is gonna tick you off, and they'll do that.
His mother said that Kirk has been in his son's life the entire time, and said that her son has a history of history of recording people. She said he has recordings of her. Okay. So hey, that's kind of weird, kind of weird,
but then I guess, in other words, what you saying, David, that Kirk should have known that he was being recorded, or he just didn't really care at that point, because whatever it was just kind of pushed him to the edge, whatever he said to him, because That part didn't come up what he said to him.
Well, he probably didn't press record until after, he
Right.
probably, you know what I'm saying? Or maybe he had a conversation before the phone call that led to the phone call that he was ready to record on. But even if that's the case, if he wasn't doing too much, there wouldn't have been too much to record. So, I mean,
Easier said than done.
it sometimes it is easier said than done.
Easier
You're
said than
absolutely
done.
right. You're absolutely right. Sometimes it is easier said than done.
Y'all, I ain't never cussed nobody out.
The accent coming out of
don't
First
think I
Lady.
did.
You caught that too, Latoya, right?
I
Yeah,
ain't never cussed nobody out.
You ain't never cussed nobody out.
No, not since I've been saved.
Okay, so have you ever cussed since you've been saved?
No, I haven't.
No? Okay, all right. And again, people have issues, and that doesn't damn anybody to hell. You know what I'm saying? And so we get back to what's love got to do with it. Love covers. So my wife can have an issue. I can have an issue. If we love each other properly, we're going to cover each other. Now, that doesn't mean that we're going to condone what we're covering. But what that means is sometimes when someone is struggling with something, they need to be protected as they try to get their stuff together. Now, if they're not trying to get their stuff together, how long do you cover? I think that's a valid question. You see what I'm saying? Because sometimes if we're not careful, you'll keep covering them and they'll never make any movement to doing better.
So maybe this is bring us back to this question. I don't think Kirk thought that his son would put his recording on blast like that.
Well,
so maybe
I don't know how true it is, but I heard somebody this morning saying that the son is not the one that leaked the tape. They're saying that the son is not the one that leaked the recording. I don't know. I haven't done any research on it, and I didn't listen to the whole interview that was playing this morning. But they said that the son was not the one that leaked the recording. And again, I don't know how true it is.
Well, a lot of people in any
I don't think
aspect
that Kirk thought that his son would put him out there on blast like that. No, I don't think he did either. But so that leads us to another question. So if I'm comfortable with you and I think that I'm safe with you, does that make it right for me to be loose with certain things?
Some people do that. No, it don't make it right. Especially if you hold up a standard of where you at. Now, if you whatever and you living your best life and you're not trying to talk about Christ or walking in, Christianity or whatever, and you doing you're just gonna do you. But if you're supposed to be living a certain way or what have you.
I just think that we're in a day and age where, if you don't want it published, and let me put it this way. If you do it, there's a high chance it could be published. I'll just put it like that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Because there's cameras everywhere. You never know when they sitting there looking like they texting. They could be recording you, man. Right. Folks is tricky, man.
Right.
I was going to get the food today, right? This is crazy, y'all. I was going to a little store. My wife called. She said, bring food home, bring supper home. I'm not cooking tonight. And on Fridays, that's how it be most of the time, right? So I go into this joint, right? And on my way in there, I see this guy outside and he's sitting down and he's on his phone and he says, Sheldon, Sheldon. And I'm like, because I thought I heard him say my name, and then I'm like, well, maybe his name is Sheldon. Then he starts to spell it out. And I'm like, and I was gonna go back out there and say, hey, your name Sheldon, but by the time I ordered the food and looked back out there, he was gone. It was really weird, y'all. It was really weird.
So your point to this is?
My point to this is you never know he could have been trying. Ain't no telling, man. Ain't no telling. That to be hey, I'm saying okay, so to a certain extent it does. What does? I was going into that craziness and
yeah, I totally missed what that was at.
Yeah, it's okay though. Okay, so it's a crazy world that we live in, guys, and so I just think that we've got to chill. Just because your folks, and when I say your folks, your friends, your circle, your confidants, your whatever you want to call it, just because they're okay with certain things, I don't think it's a green light for you to continue to embellish in it, to continue to, push the limits.
And I think if you don't like, if even if they are doing whatever, I think you as a person just try not to indulge in that or act like you're agreeing or sanctioning whatever they're doing, and then maybe they'll get the message like, oh, okay, they not for that or what have you. So
I just think that sometimes I just think that too much is just that it is too much. But again, I think it goes to, sometimes we do too much because we're trying to prove a point. And whether it be that we're tough, whether it be that, because I think Kirk was kind of hot that he was being disrespected by his son, and how he was being disrespectful, I don't know. Right. But, and so sometimes we do too much to prove a point to someone that a proven point ain't really going to affect anyway.
I just think the man got fed up.
No doubt about it. No doubt about it.
No point for nobody. He was just probably.
Oh, he was trying to prove a point. He was fed up, but he was also trying to prove a point that he would break his neck if he had.
Maybe to be like, okay, I'm the man. I'm still your father. You're disrespecting me. Yeah, maybe he was proving that point for sure.
Yeah.
But I think the frustration of it that got him to that point, that I'm gonna prove a point that I'm your daddy. I'm still a man, and you disrespected me. Period. Point blank.
So it's too bad, but you know what? If it wasn't Kirk Franklin, we wouldn't be talking about this. How many times we in the restaurant and we hear the same conversation, mother with son, or his father with son, or whatever, and we just like, he better act right before he get right.
Yeah, because I think more so, like I said, if it was somebody that wasn't saved or living a Christian,
we done heard them words in church. Well, you know what I'm saying? But I guess it's because it's Kirk Franklin. I mean, he's.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about earlier too, David. That he in his earlier days he wanted to fit in.
Yeah. He always did, and when you do that, sometimes you lose grip of your reality. You see what I'm saying? Okay, you've entered into a reality, but the reality that you've entered into is not your reality. And I think that that's what happened to him down through the years. And then we said it was cute. We said it was cool because he was edgy and he was doing what nobody else was doing. But I don't think he really had the grace to do what he was trying to do. You know what I'm saying? Because in the midst of it, he lost himself.
Yeah.
He lost himself, yeah, in the church, so it's just, man, it is what it is though.
So where you think Kirk should go from here besides the apology?
You know what?
He apologized. Some people is rocking with him and be like, yeah, he did the right thing, like, or he did what he had to do. Like me, I feel like he got his breaking point, and the man just snapped. And we can only say, okay, he did too much because we're not in his shoes and can say things. If we were in that shoes, what would we do? And then you got others that be like, oh no, he's supposed to be saved and he's singing.
Well, see, I'm not even trying
to, and all this and that, and why is he doing all that cussing? But yet still they gossip like all get up. They talk about the pastor like a dog when they first lady and all this stuff, and ain't nothing saying about that.
Right. And they all do. They OD in.
Okay, so they doing too much too.
They doing too much, and you know what's gonna happen? A lot of them gonna be. I'm not gonna say struck down, but a lot of them. I'll put it this way: a lot of them gonna be handled. And if they come across the wrong first lady, they might really be handled. But I'm gonna just leave that one right there. Let's see. We got somebody saying, boom. I'm not gonna lie. Part of me was wondering if the whole thing was a publicity stunt. Well, who knows?
Right.
Who knows?
What though? For what purpose would that be? For him to get back on top, or people remember his name, or does he have a new album coming out?
You go on
or something like that.
You go on YouTube right now, and he's trending. He's trending.
Oh yeah.
So I mean,
yeah,
ain't no telling. What is that? Stay out of the way. Quarantine.
Mm-hmm.
Personally, I think the apology was good enough.
Yeah,
and I would have been good.
So too.
You know what? I don't even know if he really needed to apologize, but I think that an explanation You see what I'm saying?
But
So
he did explain a little bit. He
okay,
just been like he did say like, you know, we had a history and this, that, and third, 33
Mhm.
years. And then he was just like, I sincerely apologize. It wasn't a long apology, but he did apologize and kind of give a little snippet of what he's been dealing with or what have you. But
they say all press is good press. That's right. All press is good press, you know.
yeah.
And because like I said, he's trending. I didn't even know what was going on. I was on my way back
I
home
didn't
Sunday.
know either.
And
Until
so I wanted some
something.
music to kind of to bounce to, you know. So
Mhm.
so
So
I
you put in Kirk Franklin?
yeah, I typed in Kirk Franklin. And all
You
those
wanted to hear stomp.
yeah, I want to hear some stomp, some revolution, or you know what I'm saying? Because Kirk used to get you bumping, you know. And shoot, he used to get you bumping. I ain't gonna lie, you know,
I hear you.
little hype man, you know.
Yeah, you was.
And what you call it, and all I could see was all this stuff about. So I just from what the headlines that I was seeing, I gathered there was some cussing and something, whatever. But I didn't bother playing none of that because I was just trying to, you know, I don't even remember who I ended up playing because he was just.
Dietrich Haddon, maybe.
No, it wasn't no Dietrich Haddon. I don't know, but I don't know. JJ Harrison, something. I don't know. But what's my point? My point is, as you guys are saying, you know, he's trending now. You know what I'm saying? It might not be good publicity, but it's publicity. And so who knows what's going on, man? Who knows? But I will say this, man. The boy is 30-some years old. He's a grown man. He's a grown man. And the last time I jumped on my son, he was like 12 years old. He's 25 now. I didn't have to jump on him since then, you know. And so I'm at a place, and I've been at a place for a while. If I can cut it out, then I'll just cut it out. You know what I'm saying? I ain't got nothing to prove to nothing to nobody that I gave birth to. I ain't got nothing to prove to them. You know what I'm saying? Now I love my kids, but I'm gonna try my best to just, if I gotta cut that off for a little while, I'll just cut that off before I turn around and act like a kid with one of my kids. That's just me. You know what I'm saying? Now I ain't gonna say if that joker stand up in front of me and get all this. Nah, I might not cuss, but I'll show break out some moves on him. You'll know who my daddy is, right?
That's what he said. That's the same thing Kirk said with some cuss word. He said, "I'm gonna break your so and so neck."
So I mean, you know, hey, you know, I all fun and jokes aside, you know, it could have been me. It could have been me. Let's see here. I don't feel like
that's what I said.
I don't feel like he owed. I don't feel like he owed me an apology, but I do think the apology was good for the world looking on. I can rock with that. Who said that?
David.
Okay, good point, David. I agree with you there. Pastor Daryl Turner is on with us tonight. Unless this was disrupting his witness, there was no need for an apology. We too many times fall to the pressure of man, the world, as though we need to please them. Okay, I can rock with that as well. I definitely understand where you're coming from, but I do believe that it was disrupting his witness. I believe that I believe that it was. I believe that it was because of what he represents. And so on and so forth. Now, what one does behind closed doors is one thing, but I think that when you're in the public like he is, and for something like that to come out, then I think he at least owed an explanation, even if not an apology. Let's see if
David's silly.
David, if my kids act up now, all I got to do is tell them keep on. David, don't do that, man. Don't do that, man.
Okay.
Oh gosh. But I do understand and respect everybody's point.
Right. Right.
So do you guys think that is see, it's not just the cussing, but
so what is it? That's what everybody making it a big deal of is the cussing.
Nah,
because the man simply said, if you keep on disrespecting me, whatever, I'm gonna break your neck. You don't know who I am.
What cuss words did he say? Because I still ain't listened to it.
Oh, he said a whole bunch.
He said a whole bunch. The big ones.
The big ones.
Compound ones.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but again, you know, there's the cussing, but then there's the whole. I mean, because the way, I mean,
he was angry. He was ticked off.
That's what I'm saying.
He was mad. bad.
That's what I'm saying. So it's one thing. Now, if you walking down the street and you see two Christian brothers that you know, and you overhear them talking and they get beep, 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 you know, you can be like, but if you hear them saying it with a certain tone and you know, like you said, so much anger.
Listen,
you get on that Dr. Slay, don't you?
I think the only person,
You get on Dr. Slay, don't you?
Yes, I do.
Yeah, it looked good, baby.
Thank you.
Yeah, you did a good job.
Thanks.
No, go ahead and make your point.
I can't remember now, but anyway, let me think.
Yeah, think.
But I think I really can't. Dang, dude, you messed me up.
Well, okay, so I was saying if they cussing, you know, it's one thing that they cuss, but then it's so much anger. I think
that's what people they were focusing on. It wasn't like the love and the concern for the men at the point us being Christian or saved people to say, okay, Kirk done cussed up a storm. What's really going on with Kurt? Let's really pray for Kurt, because you know what I'm saying, he really got some anger issues along with the other stuff that he said he got going on with him. You know, it was you cuss. He cussed out.
Yeah, I think it was more than just the cussing. You know,
that's all the comments, most of the comments, but because I go for the comments.
but what I'm saying is, Shaquan, my phone is on airplane mode, so whatever you sent to my phone, son, I didn't get it. But do me a favor and don't ever disrespect me, okay? You're a good son, brother. You're a good son. So don't push me to have a Kirk Franklin moment ever. You or your sister, okay? Please do your father that favor, because if
they will,
okay, good. Because God Almighty, I gotta get this thing changed or something, because I ain't gonna lie, I was the kind of brother. Oh man, I had a serious temper. I had a serious temper. When I tell you the Lord has done a work on me, he has done a work on me. I have my moments where I want to explode and I want to do folks things, but I have to have a woo-saw moment, man. You know what I'm saying? So I can feel Kirk's pain, man. And I you know, but you know, it's, oh man. Okay, so who's that right there? Because they made a great point. I was more concerned with this anger. Yeah, exactly. It was, and it was the anger that magnified the words. You know what I'm saying? Because boy, I'll break your neck, you know. But then he, you know, it's like, oh man, Kirk was mad, man.
Please don't trouble your father.
Please don't, man. Because you know, and I don't know how long Kirk had been on his best behavior. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he was doing good and then he just got pushed, you know. Yeah. Because you know, and that's the last thing you want to do, man, is you know, what's the saying, leave lying dogs lying or whatever, let sleeping dogs lie, you know. And because you mess around and man, look at here.
So what should have been the correct response, or the response for Kirk, for people who are Christian, who's supposed to show love, because this is what's love got to do with it. So what would have been the best response for Kirk Franklin? I mean, some people was saying, you know, that he was pushed, like I'm saying he was pushed to the thing, and you know, I could feel his pain, because until you're in the situation, you don't know what you're gonna do. You can talk that all day.
Okay, let me can I say this?
Yeah.
Okay, how many of you guys ever watched the Steve Harvey Morning Show? Okay, all right, good. Okay, that's nice. Now, I think hands down, Nephew Tommy is the king of pranks. My opinion. I think Ricky Smiley is a strong runner-up. But he does different kind of pranks. But Nephew Tommy, I mean, he's the king of pranks, right? Mm-hmm. And I have seen, or at least heard on the radio, different pranks that Nephew Tommy has done with supposedly Christian folk, right? Mm-hmm. Pastors and stuff like that. And he get them so good. Nephew Tommy, yes, sir. And he get them so good. He'll have the preachingest preacher cussing like I don't know what. Mm-hmm. But then, you know, there were two people who he pranked. He could not get them. Mm-hmm. Because you can't pull out of somebody what's not in somebody. Ooh, I feel like preaching already.
You right.
It was Byron Cage.
But let me make this
and Brown. What's his name? David Mann. But go ahead, make your point.
But let me make this disclaimer. Like I said earlier, we also knew that the man was already struggling with things, so maybe cursing was his issue. So you say you can't pull out of a man what's not already in him. Maybe that's in him. That's why it's pull out. And my next take on this is because it's a different thing when Nephew Tommy is coming and he pranking you. Okay, he a man. But then Kirk, I feel like feeling like he's being disrespect from somebody that he gave birth to. This was his son. This is not just a man that may be trying to test, you know, saying, oh, running a little prank and be like, oh yeah, I was with your wife or whatever. And even if he did do that and he cursed, maybe that's one of his struggles, along with whatever else he got struggling with. So then that does draw him out. Where Steve, David Manner and Man, and who's the other one you said?
Byron Cage.
Byron Cage. Maybe cursing is maybe not they weakness. Maybe cursing.
But see, it wasn't just the cussing, right? But with these two dudes like Byron Cage, he was getting hot, but he maintained. I mean, Tommy's good. And he was drawn for Byron Cage, right? And Byron Cage was going there, but then he realized he was doing too much, and he kept on bringing himself back. You know what I'm saying? Right. Now, David Mann, on the other hand, he was just so cool with it, man. He controlled the whole situation from start to finish.
Kirk Franklin don't have control. He already said he doesn't have control. He has
that was who is that? James Hogg has the control, right? Okay, but
he doesn't have control. He doesn't have control. He already divulged that he has different other issues that he can't control.
Baby, I get that.
He don't have self-discipline. So that spills over into other things that he don't have discipline in.
Okay, so Isaac,
that doesn't make it right. I'm not saying it makes it right, but I'm just giving some justification of why the man is where he's at. Explanation,
yeah,
I should say.
And I get it. You know, I definitely understand. You know what I'm saying? It's his struggle, right? Well, we don't know if cussing was one of his struggles, but I think obviously, I'm not even gonna say that. I'm not gonna say that. I'm not gonna say it. So I don't. So apparently his son was doing some cussing as well. Bird, is that the case, Brother Bird?
I didn't hear.
Yeah, me either.
Cussing, but I just heard. I know Kirk. After he said what he said, he hung the phone up.
Okay.
The phone hung up, or unless maybe the son hang it up, but he click him.
Click him.
Yeah, it was over.
Click him. Click him. And so but it's terrible now. Because I'm struggling with an issue or with something, it still doesn't give me the green light to overdo it, to do too much. Not you see what I'm saying? I think I'm trying to think. Okay, so who was it I was just talking to? But anyway, let's just say drinking is a problem, right? You struggle with drinking. Maybe you are a recovering alcoholic or whatever. You know this is your issue, right? So when it comes to that, if nothing else, that's where you're gonna make sure you chill at, because you already know that
you're gonna sustain from that. You're gonna get back up
at least as much as you can. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then when you find yourself not being able to abstain or withstand whatever, then you're gonna flee. You're gonna get out of there. And so he says all this and then hangs up the phone. But if he'd have hung up the phone first, it would have saved him from saying all other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So if I know anger is my problem, like if you hear somebody, you know, getting loud, you know, that's one thing. But when somebody say, "Look here now, don't push me," now that's when, you know, they give you, that's the one you want to really pay attention to, because he about to flip. You know, but so I think that, you know, though he may had some issues or some struggles, though I may have some issues and some struggles, it doesn't give me a pass on overdoing it. You know what I'm saying? I got anger issues. So does that make it understandable for me to haul off and slap somebody because they disrespect me or they said something, you know, sideways? No, because I know I got anger issues, it's all the more reason I might want to consider walking away. And again, I'm not saying it's easy. I'm just saying. Let's see. Is saying a cuss word a sin, or is it the intent behind the word that is said? I think that it's more the intent. I don't think if
who made up curse word.
Don't y'all love it how certain point she come up to the mic? Who made cuss word?
made up curse word? I thought words was just word. I don't know.
Well, you know
I'm
what?
not I'm
There was a show on, I think it was on Netflix.
It wasn't
The something about the origin of curse words or something like that. It was really interesting because I didn't watch the whole series because it was literally, I think it was like a couple seasons. And the few episodes that I did watch, it was pretty interesting. So I don't think that the word itself is a sin.
Yeah.
But I think it's the intent behind it or the spirit behind it or what have you. However, I do think that there are some words that are just not kosher.
Because people make it a bad word. Because we can say hell all day, right?
Mm-hmm.
But then when you say hell in a different context, then it's supposed to be bad. So what's the difference in saying it, just saying the word?
But then there are some other words, cuss words, that just when you say it, it ain't right though.
Who made
I'm going blankety blank you up. You come on now. That's some of them is just like I mean, somebody said, "Come on, Lady MacGyver," But for real though, I just think that some words. Yeah, just like the word bitch, right? I mean, really, it's a female dog.
Yeah, female dog.
So and I remember this dude. He was he had gotten saved, but he was a breeder. So to say that word was like it wasn't a problem. It was just weird, because he would say it.
Condition ourselves to say that those words are bad words.
I guess because
that's what it is.
You know what we do? We commandeer words. We take over words and we
make it what we want it to be.
Yeah, we add a filthy definition to it. You can just spell it like that. Oh boy, y'all crazy tonight, boy. I tell you. But I mean, so let's see. Well, I mean, how do you spell it then? I mean, is it the same as saying it? I don't know, but
yeah,
HE double hockey sticks or sugar honey iced tea, and
right,
this. But what's funny though?
So what about Christian cuss words?
That's exactly what I was about to say.
Oh, we all saying
Christians have a way of. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness! Some Christians are very clever when it comes to when it comes to cussing. They got alternative cuss words.
Yeah. But they're not cuss words though. They're words.
But let's just say, okay, it's just a word, but you're using it as a substitute for a cuss word. So now what?
So what are you cussing, or is it the intent of your heart? Because
there you go. There you go.
So
there you go.
You just use that word instead.
Yeah,
will that still make it wrong?
Because
shut the front door.
Well, see, that's just something that's different. That's completely different right there. I don't think that's. I think.
No. That's what they substituted it for the rest of the stuff now.
No. See, that's a whole different phrase, I should say.
Babe.
Shut the front door.
Yeah, people use that for the cuss word too, though.
No, that's just like, oh my goodness, okay. I can't believe it.
All right, babe.
Yeah, that's what that means, Okay. But freaking, yeah. How about that? That's a Christian cuss word.
Yeah, it is.
And then they got other ones. Some folks is real clever, and when it comes to it, man. And then now here lately, I've been hearing people, they will just jumble the words. So in other words, F you, they will like rearrange the letters. So it's, what I'm saying? It's just
not the word.
So they say it, but they don't say it. It's
you gonna slip up and say something, be messed up.
Yeah, they be saying, yeah, because I ain't that bright, you know what I'm saying? So I ain't even gonna try to go there. But here's the thing, back in the day, I used to be a little cusser. I used to cuss a little bit, and but I remember meeting some older brothers, some more seasoned brothers, some strong black brothers, and they begin to drop it on me about the fact that we as young black men ought to be a little bit more articulate, you know what I'm saying, and we're We're more
Substituted.
intelligent than, you know what I'm saying? And so that was pretty powerful to me, and it had an impact on me.
So what you saying, like, instead of using all the curse word when you were out there, it's just like, okay, you don't have no other vocabulary in your mouth. Is that what they were saying? There's so many words you need to.
No, that's exactly what they were saying, was use my vocabulary.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Right.
some people, every other word is F this, you know, and this, that, and, you know, be this, and, you know, and it's like, you know, don't you have a vocabulary?
Right. Probably they don't. And then
No, and then that's not the case with everybody. Some folks do. They're intelligent, but they just, you know,
and then they don't think that the word, maybe they're like me, they're saying, okay, it's a word. It's not, you know, I don't feel like it's something bad. So they just use it loosely.
Okay, so I get on my daughter for saying darn, because it is a substitute for the other word. And sometimes it sounds exactly like the other word, depending on how they, you know what I'm saying? When they say yeah, you know, and I'd be like, you know, and so yeah, I hear you on that. I hear you on that. So I think that we should encourage not only our kids, but we should encourage ourselves. And I used to get on my son about this all the time. You know, I was like, yo, you gotta articulate.
You gotta articulate.
Yeah, you gotta articulate. What about the Jamaican cuss words? How that works? Well, they cuss words too. You know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, they cuss words too. But there are some Jamaican cuss words that they have substitutes for that are not cuss words, but they.
Okay, so Lorraine was right when she said
no, she was completely. She was daggone. I keep kicking this the amp. That's what it is.
Okay.
Yeah. No, that's yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So what do you guys think about that? You know, okay, you've got substitute words, and when I say substitute words, I'm not talking. But see, I think it's a difference when you, instead of saying, you know, the F word, you're gonna say friggin'.
Okay.
Right. But it's like, it's a, how do I want to say it? It's a substitute for the cuss word versus an alternative for the cuss word. I think that's different.
So what would be the alternative?
Shut the front door. That's an alternative. It's not to take the place of the F word or this word or that word, but instead of going there, you know, that's more comical. It's you know what I'm saying? So I think it's an alternative,
okay,
not a substitute. What we got?
And David said, you just said daggone. So what?
Daggone is an alternative.
It's an alternative.
It's an alternative. So, and you know what I'm saying? Not a substitute, but an alternative.
Okay.
Doggone, you know, but that's not even really an alternative. That's just a phrase. Doggone it.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay then.
Yeah.
Okay. So what about when they said I'm peed off, but they say
I don't like that word. Yeah, I don't like that word, you know, and I realize that a lot of people don't acknowledge it as a cuss word, but I don't like that word. I've said it though. I ain't gonna lie. I've said it before.
That's a curse word. I guess I did curse. Let me apologize for all the thing that I.
No, a lot of people don't see it as a cuss word.
Yeah, I don't see it as a cuss word.
And how about this one? A lot of people say, well, it's in the Bible. If it's in the Bible, it ain't a cuss word.
What, ass?
Well, but it's talking about an animal. So
talking about an animal.
We have taken that name
exactly,
and we've given it a different meaning.
Exactly.
But piss is in the Bible. He talks about so.
Yeah, so then why are you saying that when you said peed off is a bad word if it's in the Bible?
I didn't say it was a bad word. I said I don't like it. Yeah,
okay,
I don't like it. I don't like it. Yeah. I don't like it.
I think for I don't know.
You know, say what you know.
I don't know.
Articulate what you know.
I don't know.
It's all good. It's all good. So I think sometimes though, brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, saints and ain'ts, I think sometimes we just got to learn to just chill. Okay, it's not a cuss word, but do I need to use it all the time? Maybe I should just chill. Maybe I should just back off. I'm right, and I have the right of way, but maybe I should just chill. I think it's good practice for us to learn sometimes how to just chill. It's just like I was brought up, Don't bring your hungry belly with you everywhere you go. I mean, folks say, would you like some more? And your stomach might be growling, but thank you. No, thank you. I mean, just because you have the opportunity doesn't mean you should always take it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's my opinion. And so I think sometimes we just got to learn how to just chill. Let's see what we got there.
Oh, wow.
I heard a preacher say that husbands and wives should cuss. We cuss in the bedroom, but we cuss in a different form. We gonna do some cussing when we get done tonight.
Help him, Lord. So, David,
oh
in
Lord,
what sense? I mean,
I don't know about that.
Oh wow, okay. For me,
cussing in the bedroom.
But you know what though? I told Sheldon this a while back. I think, was it the cursing, or did I say I think people just need to have like a anger room? And actually, they do have one.
Yeah,
like
they do have that, and there are some companies that provide that.
Yeah.
For their workers and stuff.
Right. And I think maybe
to release that anger.
To release that anger. And I think sometimes maybe Christian do need to go get a cursing room. Get it all out. Because then you saying it anyway, then you explode. Like, perfect example. Because
I don't know about that.
I don't know.
Because
just say the words that you
I don't even know about those
say
rooms.
It as far as saying as if you're cursing, but say the word and be free of it to make it feel like you're in bondage. Like
y'all pray for her tongue, y'all. Y'all pray for her tongue.
Listen, I do not have no cursing demons.
I know you don't. I know you don't. But you want to cuss.
No, I don't. No, I don't.
I'm messing with you, baby.
But the thing about it is, I just feel like.
So what good would that do, though?
Because some people got stuff that's just built up, I think. And I think if they just say the word freely and not being angry about it, not being
that don't make no sense to me.
Just go and just say the word. Maybe they'll be free of whatever that they may be carrying. I don't know.
I've said some things in the bedroom with my husband, but not in a bad way, if I can be honest. Well, I mean, look here. What goes on in y'all bedroom, it happened in y'all bedroom.
Exactly.
Make it be like Vegas. I ain't got nothing to do with it,
Exactly.
But yeah. So yeah, y'all y'all gonna mess around. It's gonna have to be after midnight to have this conversation.
Yeah, but it's
hey, glory. Let me see. He legit said, but you know what, y'all, man. Look at here, man. I all seriousness aside, man. I tell you what, we ain't doing in our bedroom. We ain't having no altar call.
No, we're not.
Yeah, we're not having no altar call, and so, but anyway, he legit said that the bed is undefiled, so you are supposed to release the like cussing and no, I don't understand that. Yeah, I don't understand that. Yeah, I don't. Come on in the room. All right. So what's love got to do with it is the question we ask. Number one, as we've already said, love covers. Okay. And I believe that love teaches us how to chill. Because real talk, I can smother my spouse. I love her.
Don't smother me.
That's what I'm saying. So we've got to have balance in everything.
Yeah.
So to know how to chill is very important. To be able to identify that I'm doing too much is very important, because we got a lot of preachers, we got a lot of Christians, they just doing too much. Every time we can't even get through a conversation without you quoting 48 scriptures. And then you only live in 3 of them. So I just think that sometimes, we just doing too much. Everybody know you love the Lord, and everybody, and so, but oh God Almighty, I just think sometimes we doing too much. I think sometimes when we call ourselves being a witness and reaching the dying world, right, and in all actuality, we killing the dying world. We're smothering them. We're just ODing. You're just going overboard. I don't know. I could be wrong. I was wrong before.
But I just hope that people just realize that Kirk is human. He got some issues. Pray for him. Pray that he'll get delivered from whatever it is, that there be some reconciliation with him and his son, or whatever else that may be going on. And yeah,
let me
don't
play
judge
devil's advocate.
until you know, because it could be you. You don't know what
You're right. You're
you
right.
don't know
You're right.
what you would do if you were in that predicament. That's my whole. If you don't want to hear anything, if you didn't get nothing else from me tonight, you don't know what you would do if you was in his predicament. So don't judge because you're not in his shoe. That's just my take on that.
And you are so right. You are so right. You are so right. So what determines who should be thrown under the bus from who should be swept under the rug, under the carpet? You know, it's hidden, because you remember when, what was her name, Leona Johnson or whatever her name was, Leandra Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
She went on her rant and cussing and everything, and you know,
they got on her too.
but then it was gone. It wasn't. They didn't get on her like they got on Kirk Franklin.
I'm sure this is gonna be gone soon too. I mean, this just happened like a couple of days ago. I'm sure it'll be over with. You know, and David made a valid point. You know, maybe it was more so publicity
stuff.
Yeah. So maybe it was all that or what have you. So we don't know. Nevertheless, whatever it may be, just pray for the brother that, you know, reconciliation take place.
Reconciliation.
That will take place, and that him and his son will, you know, get the help that they need, and just don't judge him, because we don't know what we would do if it was us.
So in our relationships, let's get back to that as we get ready to close. In our relationships, how do you tell me I'm doing too much?
Straight up.
How
we are. You know I am.
Well, I'm just saying, so that the listeners, you know, maybe they, you know, I think that's a valid question, because not everybody can. Maybe not everyone feels that they can have a straight conversation like that without it leading to something else. You know what I mean?
And then if you can't have a straight conversation, like I couldn't be chilling and be like, hey, babe, you're doing too much, like, you know, whatever. Then you can probably simply be like, hey, you know, babe, you know, I noticed that you was doing such and such. You feel like maybe you should do it this way, or just take it down a little bit, because I noticed that, you know, it kind of distract you, or you get more attention and negative feedback or what have you, something like of that nature, maybe.
Let's see here. It says Kirk also had more tenure than Leandra. He had more. Okay. And I think coming into it, and see, that's the difference between Leandra and Kirk. Leandra came when she came on the scene. She was broke, busted, and disgusted. She was hood. She wasn't trying. You know, Kirk Franklin came on the scene. What was it? Silver and gold. I'd rather. You know, Kirk put out some hits, man. You know what I'm saying? And he was straight choir boy, straight church boy. And then all of a sudden, he fell off that stage that year. Y'all remember that? And he bumped his head for real, literally, and he went left. You know, and but anyway, let's say India would look at me and say, "You doing too much." Yeah, that's what Shelly would do. And thank you for bringing me back on track, Dave. So, with that said and done, right? Why is it that we couldn't have a conversation just that plain?
With who?
If you say, "Babe, you doing too much," you know, why would I be offended? Why would we be offended by that?
It can be a lot of things. Ego, maybe the tone of how it was said, maybe the relationship that one person had with another, maybe their relationship is not that close where they can come up like me and you can be like, babe, you're doing so much, or I can say you do too much. Maybe they don't have that type of.
We have had those and they don't end up being conversation. Look, you doing too much. And usually, and it don't matter which side, you know, I've had times I was like, you doing too much. And I'm not going to try and put her on blast, and I'm not going to, you're doing too much, you know, in front of everybody and this, that, and the other. It might be one of those things, you know, you get that little eye contact and be like, you doing too much. You know, sometimes it might be said in a joking way. Now, see, now you're doing too much now, you know, and usually whenever that's whenever it comes to that, regardless of who initiates it, you know what I'm saying? It's just one of those things where it's just like, I might be like, man, but I've heard loud and clear, you know what I'm saying? And it goes back to what I said earlier. Sometimes you've got to lead by example, right? So if she be like, babe, you doing too much, and I just disregard her opinion, her viewpoint, then when I turn around and say it, she might just disregard mine. Right. So I'm not going to disregard her viewpoint or her feeling because I don't want it to be done to me. So I guess we kind of rock like that.
And David make a valid point. Like I was saying, maybe
I think offense comes if the relationship isn't there. Is that the point he made?
Yeah.
Okay.
David made. Yeah. Just like I was saying, maybe they don't have that relationship like you and I have, or David and India have, where we can straight up just say that to them, and it's all good, and we just go on. Other people, is going to be an argument or hiccups and all kind of stuff. So.
Okay, he says, I know if India said it to me, it's because she is looking out for me, right. So I wouldn't be offended. So not only does it boil down to relationship, but it boils down to another word. What's that word? Somebody type it in the comment section. Baby, what you think that word is?
Trust.
There you go. Trust. I've got to trust my spouse, my wife. You know what I'm saying? Because I do believe that our wives can see things, not necessarily that we can't see, but sometimes that we don't see. And there's a difference. There's a difference. Yeah. Trust. You're absolutely right. That's what it boils down. It boils down to trust. Okay. And if you are always offended by your spouse, then you guys need some help. I'm just gonna be honest. If you're always offended by your spouse, you guys need some help. That's just a fact. Okay. And some stuff is hard to swallow, but sometimes you got to put your big boy drawers on, your big girl panties on, and just deal with it. You know what I mean? So if I'm offended by stuff that you say all the time, something's wrong. And let me say this. You don't always have to know the answer to be able to acknowledge that something is wrong. Let me say it this way. It might be a better way to say it. I don't know what we got to do to fix this, but I know something's not right. At least now we're both aware of the situation, or at least, the circumstances, and maybe together we can brainstorm, or maybe that's a perfect time for both of us to what? Just chill. Because something's not right. We're on shaky ground here. You know what I'm saying? So let me just slow down a little bit. When I'm out, whether I'm driving the car, riding the motorcycle, and I see the weather conditions, I see the street might be a little slick or whatever, you know what I'm saying? You know what I do? I ease up because I got to be cautious. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes that's what we got to do. We got to just chill. We got to take it down a notch until we can figure out a way to, until we know exactly what's wrong and then what must be done to, to strengthen that area or whatever. What you got to say, babe?
No, you're right. What you say about that?
Okay.
Absolutely right.
All right, then. So, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, saints and ain'ts, everybody all the way around the whole wide world, please understand that offense, it never works for you. Yeah. If you are easily offended, then you're doing too much. If you are easily offended, it's time for you to begin to look inward. That's just my opinion.
Especially if it's coming from your spouse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If your spouse offends you, your mama offends you, your daddy offends you, the kids offend you, the principal offends you, the cat offends you, you got problems. You got problems. Some of us, we walk around like this. We walk around with that chip on our shoulder. Take that chip off your shoulder and put it in your doggone pocket. That was an alternative to a cuss word right there. That wasn't a that wasn't a
you sure?
It wasn't a substitute. It was an alternative.
Okay.
Yeah. Put that chip in your doggone pocket and stop being offended, because who are you anyway? Who are we? I mean, and I've been there. That's why I can talk the way I'm talking, because I've been there. But then I'm not going to say I humbled myself. I was humbled, and I was reminded, who you think you are? Who are you anyway, that you can't be offended? Who are you that somebody can't say something that you don't like? Get over it and move on.
Right.
And so that's what I learned to do.
They talk about Jesus.
They're gonna talk about you.
Talk about you.
Come on now.
Come on.
Who you think you is? Oh, you offended that doggone, huh? I got your doggone it. You better just get on that dog and get doggone out of here. That's what you need to do with your offended behind. Yeah.
God. What about confounded?
Confounded? Yeah. What about it?
No, that was one of my little old resident curse words.
Oh,
you would use that alternative.
Okay.
Confounded.
Let me say this: if you are a cussing Christian, or if you have of your
choice
prone
words, let's say that,
and you're prone to curse, I want to challenge you tonight. Every time you get ready to say a cuss word, pull out your phone and open up your dictionary on your phone app and discover a new word and find out, how to use that. You see what I'm saying? Yeah.
So you're giving them assignment.
Yeah, that's your assignment. That's your assignment. Learn for every cuss word that you got in your spirit, learn a new word, and then, just do that. Have you ever just opened up the dictionary? As a matter of fact, that's your assignment. Just download the dictionary on your cell phone after the show. Download it on your cell phone, and or maybe, because I had one of them dictionary apps, and it would give you the word of the day. Every day it would give you a new word, and and it's amazing how you can learn new words that you didn't know that could that you can use, and you can that you can use. Yeah. Don't be like T.I., because he found like that one or two big words, and then it was always just them, like Mike Tyson. This is ludicrous, But go ahead and learn some new words. All right. How about that? Thank you. So do that, okay? Because you know what? At one point I was bilingual. I could cuss in like 4 different languages. For real. And I still remember some of my Spanish cuss words. Them was the first words I learned in Spanish was the cuss words.
Don't use them.
I'm not going to use them. But I still know them, just in case a Puerto Rican make me mad. I just, and y'all won't even know, y'all just say, "Ooh, he's very fluent in Spanish."
So that makes it okay.
Every preacher says propensity, You know what I mean? So you can't use that word because it's already taken. So find another word.
Another one.
Yeah, man. But God is good all the time, and all the time God is good. Yeah. And we say that as a catchphrase or as a cliche. But have you ever stopped and really thought about that? He's good all the time, and all the time he's good. And if that's the case, in the midst of you having a tantrum, or giving somebody a last, somebody on your last nerve, you're gonna give them a piece of your mind or whatever. In the midst of all that, he's still good. So Bishop Lewis says it all the time, and I've kind of adopted it as well. A cuss or praise moment. Okay. You at that crossroad, it's a cuss or praise moment. And you've got to realize that at that moment, it's an opportunity for elevation. True story. And I'm not going to go into detail because it's true story, and it gets kind of deep, but I had something to happen several years ago, and the person did me dirty. And I was mad. I didn't cuss, but I was mad. And I was
sure you didn't cuss?
No, I didn't cuss. Now, there have been times where a cuss word slipped in my mind.
Does that make it any different?
I don't know, but there has been some times when it slipped in my mind. I didn't say it, but in my mind, it's just like sometimes you read it. It's like
what the word said is not what
goes into a man that defiles him, but it's not what goes into a man, but what comes out of a man that defiles him. I held it. I held it. Y'all know how you clench them cheeks, you holding it in. I held it. Okay. But there have been times where in my mind, a cuss word slipped out in my mind, but I stopped it before it got to my lips. I'm just being honest, right? And so I was going to do something to an individual, and it wasn't going to be nice. I saw it in my mind. I planned it out, man. I worked the logistics out and everything. I said, okay, yeah, because I'm a thinker, and I kind of always and man, I had a plan together. I mean, I tell you, and God sat there and watched me conjure up this plan. And the only thing left for me to do was go get that black mass. But I had conjured up this plan, and I saw myself walking it out. I was very cautious in the planning of this thing. And then God said, dude, really? Just chill. He didn't give me any Greek or Hebrew. He said, dude, just chill. I got this, and I got you. And so I said, I was hot, man. I was mad. I wanted to take this situation into my own hands.
You was peed off.
I was peed off. I was peed off, peed on, peed over, peed under. I was just torpedoed and just I was all of that stuff, man. I was. And I think for me, because I said earlier, I was once upon a time, I had a serious temper. I had a really bad anger problem. And for a long time, when somebody would do something to me, I knew how I would handle it once upon a time, but now I couldn't handle it that way. So it made me even more mad inside, and so God had to deal with me on that. And so with this situation, I of course I aborted. And as a result, God turned around and he blessed me real good. And then he explained it to me. He played it out and showed me why he blessed me. And it was really awesome, man. It was really awesome. And I think to this day, that blessing is still playing out. It's still,
It's a residual.
There you go, baby. That's a good one right there. It was a residual blessing. Okay. So what's my point? When you are met with your cuss or praise moment, it could be your opportunity for elevation. It could be your opportunity for advancement, your opportunity for enlargement. Okay. So please keep that in mind. Don't let nobody push your buttons oh my goodness. As what's the word I'm looking for? As best you can. Just hold tight. Just hold tight and take control. Take control. Don't let them lead you to a place that you might not be able to recover from. Take control. If you've got to beg their pardon, then do it before the thing blows. Oh, my bad, bro. My bad. I didn't know you felt that way. That wasn't my intention. I apologize if that's how you feel, and just keep it pushing. I mean, because who you got to prove? What you got to prove?
Mm-hmm. What you got to prove?
What you got to prove? You know what I found out? A lot of people don't have as much to live for as you do. And you got to take that into consideration. They're willing to do, 25 to life because, their life ain't worth much, but you got too much going on and let alone, not to mention what you got coming down the pipeline. You can't afford to get caught up in all that mess. Nah, bro, word. My bad, bro. Let me take care of that. Let me take care of that. My bad. I didn't know you felt that way. My bad, my bad. And in your relationship, as it relates to your relationship, it might get you some real nice sugar later on that day. Oh baby, I'm sorry. I didn't, man. Am I right about it? Somebody, y'all, it sound like, man, what y'all? I'm hearing crickets.
Yeah.
But so that's that, y'all. What you got to say, baby?
Just remember your assignment.
Remember your assignment. Remember your assignment.
When you get that crossroad of a cuss and praise,
choose to praise instead of cuss.
Choose to praise instead of the cuss.
Let me say this. Have you ever been told off by somebody in such an intelligent way? I mean to tell you, it's an art where you read them up and down so articulately that they don't know whether to be impressed, embarrassed, or ashamed. And not one curse word was dropped. Now that, brothers and sisters, that right there is powerful.
That is powerful.
That's powerful.
Never
so
been done to me,
we don't have to resort to 4-letter words. You know, we don't, you know. So
All right, y'all. Well,
sometimes we just gotta chill.
sometimes we just gotta chill.
Can I say one more thing?
Don't let them push you to the edge.
Don't let them push you to the edge.
And Sheldon said a great thing.
Oh, did I?
Yeah.
Oh
I
my.
like that.
Okay, what
When
did
he
I
said,
say?
you know, some people don't have nothing to live for.
Oh, that's true. That's
You
true.
know, so they'll push you to the edge, and then, or they don't have a reputation to live up to, or reputation to uphold.
And then even if they do, y'all can do the same exact thing.
But
But it's not going to be a big thing for them because
yeah,
who are they anyway?
yeah.
But for you, you're gonna be made a spectacle out of. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And
Yeah.
so,
All right.
yeah.
Say one thing so we can get out of here.
So we got to learn how to chill, right?
Mhm.
Because if we don't, what we're doing is we're setting a track record that's going to run us into the ditch. If you don't know how to chill, you're setting yourself up for a train wreck. You understand what I'm saying?
Mhm.
And so I think we've got to be acquainted with the chill button. Nobody should run rampant. You know, nobody should go through life without any parameters, without any boundaries. You know, if you bump into a boundary and you get upset all the time, something wrong with you. Boundaries are safe. Boundaries are good, you know, and so set some for yourself. Yeah, set some for yourself. All right, we're gonna get out of here. It's been real. It's been fun, but we about to run.
All right, guys.
What's love got to do with it, y'all? Everything. So love out loud, love on purpose, and just love. All right, guys, we will talk to you guys next time. I hope everybody has a great weekend, and
don't forget your assignment.
Don't forget your assignment.
Download that dictionary.
How about this? Download it, and then come back to what's love got to do with it, and share some of the words that you guys are looking up. Some of the words, the word of the day or whatever. Okay. What's today? Today is
Today's Friday.
Okay, so we got enough people on tonight. We got enough people on tonight that we should be able to at least get a word for the day for the rest of the week, you know, up until next week's show. How about that? Let's keep an eye on the page, and if you don't see a word for the day by lunchtime, put a word up. You know,
a word that you think that is great. That can be a substitute. Just a word.
Yeah. You know, it don't even have to be an alternative to a cuss word. Just a word, because you know, hey, you know,
be like, wow, that word was interesting. Yep. And you can use that
if you liked it.
Else.
If you liked it, put it up, and we'll do that.
For the rest of the month.
For the rest of the month. Okay, for the rest of the month.
For the rest of the month.
For the rest of the month.
Yeah, for the rest of the month.
And you can flood the comment section. You can flood the timeline with your new words.
Put it on the page.
On the page, right? On the page.
So we can go ahead and share some words of the day.
Yep. Hashtag word of the day. All right. You put up your new word and then hashtag word of the day, or whatever. How about that?
Sounds good.
All right. There you go.
All right, guys.
Let's see. Can we make it into some kind of contest?
Nah. No, we're just gonna learn some words today.
We're just gonna learn some words.
You can make it a contest. It's up to you.
All right. Well, y'all make sure y'all participate, because it might be something in it for you. How about that? Hashtag how about that? Yeah. Hashtag how about that? All right, y'all. We out of here. God bless you and heaven smile on you. Be blessed.
Good night.